Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the President and CEO, Dean, and faculty and staff, I hereby declare this 38th commencement exercise of Morehouse School of Medicine are now in session. Please rise and remain standing for the procession of the platform party. I now present to you our platform party led by the President and CEO of Morehouse School of Medicine, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice. Please take your seats and welcome the processional. And remain seated throughout the processional so that we can see the graduates without obstruction. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Morehouse School of Medicine, class of 2022. Graduates and distinguished members of the platform party, you may be seated. Morehouse School of Medicine was founded in 1975 with a bold mission to address the physician shortage in Georgia, to diversify the physician and scientific workforces, to advance primary care, and to work towards elimination of health disparities through programs in education, research, and service. That bold mission started on the campus of Morehouse College, largely because of individuals like College President Emeritus, Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester. Each commencement, our platform party, faculty, guests, and graduates process from the Morehouse School of Medicine to the Martin Luther King Jr. Chapel, located on the Morehouse College. Along the way, they pause at the memorial graveside of Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester for a moment of reflection. We will honor that tradition here today. Please join me as President and CEO Montgomery Rice honors Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester.
We are honored to continue our tradition of recognizing one of our founders, Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester. We traditionally pause at his memorial gravesite, lay a wreath, and observe a moment of silence. The 7th president of Morehouse College, Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester, served the college from 1967 to 1987. Along with being instrumental to the founding of Morehouse School of Medicine, he led a laudable career at Morehouse College, where he increased the number of majors in the Department of Business, doubled student enrollment in faculty, and quadrupled the college endowment to $20 million, and overall raised more than $100 million for the college. He dedicated his life's work to educating the next generation of leaders. Please join me in a moment of silence as we honor the life and legacy of Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester. Thank you.
At this time, I ask the school's chaplain, Dr. Marvin Crawford, to come and give the invocation.
Thank you, Dr. Powell. With those who want to be reverent, you may remove your hat if you are led to do so. On this day, I remember, and we must remember, our brothers and sisters up in Buffalo who had a bad tragedy recently at the hands of a young, sick man. Let us bow briefly to remember those families and those persons who are no longer in our midst. Amen. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. So God, on this day, we come to this 38th commencement of the Morehouse School of Medicine. We come in your presence in the spirit of power, love, and sound minds. We express our thanksgiving to you, Lord, who made this day possible. God, who kept these learners for this moment to receive these degrees, to practice their crafts, to close the healthcare equity gap. We give you thanks, God, for bringing these learners through some tough nights and some hard days. But we thank you, God, that even when they were weak, they found within themselves the power to wait on you, that you may renew their strength, give them wings of eagles, that they will run and not grow weary, that they will walk and not faint. We give you thanks. We give you thanks for families and friends who have given so much, prayed so hard, and hoped for this day. We give you thanks for the ancestors who have gone on before, who are now part of the great crowd of witnesses, and who are speaking now from the balconies of eternity and saying, I'm glad to see this day. Bless now, God, the faculty and staff, who are the exemplars of excellence and exemplars of compassion and exemplars of competence. Bless now this institution leadership that you inculcated in the presence of Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice. Forgive us, God, if any way along that we have forgotten to keep our vision. Our vision, God, that we would create and advance health equity for all people. Forgive us, God, then restore us and give us and make us our best self to make real health care equity for all people. Come now, God, with your healing presence. Come now, God, with your celebrating presence, that we, God, on this day may fear you, and also on this day may celebrate what you have done. In your name we do pray. Everybody say, amen. Now we will have the national anthem and also the national hymn of African Americans in this country. Lift every voice and sing. They are found on page 27 and 28 in your bulletin.
Everyone, please stand. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
It's my distinct pleasure to bring to the podium the presiding officer for today's ceremony, President and CEO of Morehouse School of Medicine, Dr. Montgomery Rice.
You may be seated. Good morning. Welcome to the 38th Commencement exercises of Morehouse School of Medicine. Succeeding 2 years of restrictions due to the pandemic, I am happy to be here in person. I am happy to be here with each of you. If you are happy, clap your hands, clap your hands. If you too are happy. We have done the work, and we are continuing to do the work as a collective community to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. And it is for that reason that we can all be here today. So thank you for doing your part. Thank you for adhering to our protocols and our procedures so that you could be here today to celebrate your loved ones. There's really no better place for us to return to, because this is where we started, at Morehouse College, in a little trailer, or maybe it's a modular business unit, I don't know. But 45 years ago or so, we were a medical education program, thanks to the vision of Dr. Lewis Sullivan and Dr. Hugh Gloucester, and the men and women of 93 African-American physicians who were caring for about 78% of the black population in the state of Georgia. See, they had a vision for what's happening for you today. Look around, class of 2022. This is your special day, and you have earned it. This is the day that you and your family and your community and your friends have longed to see. It is a day that has made all the sacrifices worthwhile. God bless you and congratulations. Now, as I look out into this audience, I see the faces. I see the faces of proud parents, spouses, partners, friends, and family members. I see dreams fulfilled and hopes realized. All of you have taken this journey with our students, providing them with moral and financial support along the way. And I know that today's graduation is a momentous occasion for each of you. So congratulations to you, because you too have earned this. In fact, graduates, if you will, please stand and turn toward the audience and join us in thanking them for their unyielding support of you, your goals, and your dreams. I will now take the time to make a few acknowledgments. Thank you, graduates. And in order to move the program along, I will introduce individually only those on the stage seated in the first row. All others on the stage and those seated in the audience that want to be acknowledged, I will ask you to stand as a group. So starting on the first row from my far right, I believe, Dr. Rita Finley, an Associate Dean for Educational Outreach, Health Careers Director, and the Master of Science and Medical Science degree, and an Associate Professor in the Department of Pathology. Dr. Kenny Shepard, the Assistant Dean of Student Affairs and Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology. Dr. Franklin Geary, the Associate Dean of Admissions. Dr. Cinema Bradley, Associate Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs. Dr. Sandra Harris-Hooker, Dean for Research and Academic Administration. Dr. Danita Inkman Daniels, Assistant Dean, Graduate Education and Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Marty Eltz, Senior Associate Dean of Educational Affairs. Our Dean, Dr. Joseph Tyndall, Executive Vice President and Dean. Mr. Art Collins, Chairman of the Board of the Morehouse School of Medicine. And now to my far left, Dr. Marvin Crawford, Morehouse School of Medicine Chaplain and Associate Professor of Clinical Medicine. Dr. Michael Powell, Professor of Microbiology, Biochemistry, and Immunology, who is serving as today's Grand Marshal. Also participating in today's ceremony are several of our board members. Mrs. Lisa LaQuinte-Cephas, Morehouse School of Medicine Trustee. Dr. Thomas Malone, Morehouse School of Medicine Trustee. Dr. Camille Davis-Williams, Morehouse School of Medicine Trustee. Dr. Rose Blackburn, President of the Morehouse School of Medicine National Alumni Association and Morehouse School of Medicine Trustee. Ms. Susan Grant, Vice Chair, Morehouse School of Medicine, and of course, our today's commencement speaker, Mr. Lloyd Dean, the CEO of Common Spirit Health. You all may be seated. Thank you. At this time, I am pleased to introduce the true backbone of Morehouse School of Medicine, the members of our outstanding faculty. Faculty, would you please stand and be recognized? All of you, please. Thank you for the continued commitment to our students and to our distinctive mission. Today, we have graduates who have joined us from our illustrious alumni, dedicated professionals who are committed to advancing health equity across the globe. Today, we are celebrating several classes, so if I call out your class number, please stand to be recognized. We're celebrating today the class of 1987, 1992, 1997, 2002, 2007, 2012, and 2017. Would all of our alumni please stand and be recognized? We are so excited because the class of 1987 established a $50,000 endowed scholarship. Congratulations and thank you. And this alumni class has also, all of the classes combined have already contributed over $90,000 towards scholarships for this year alone. Thank you so much. I would also like to give a special welcome to the family and colleagues of our commencement speaker, of Mr. Lloyd Dean. Would Mr. Wade Dean stand, the brother of Lloyd Dean? If you are here, please, thank you. Miss Angela Dean, the sister. Miss Alicia Dean Weathersby and Ashley Dean Weathersby, the nieces. And all of the colleagues and friends who are here to support Mr. Dean, would you please stand? We are so excited that you have joined us today. Now, I know that there's somebody out in the audience who is of significance that I have forgotten. So if you are of significance and I have forgotten to call your name, please stand so we can recognize you. Okay, I see you. I see you. Just stand and we will clap. We don't know your name, but we know that because you are here, you are special. You are special indeed. It is now my privilege to introduce the chairman of the Board of Trustees for Morehouse School of Medicine, Mr. Art Collins, who will bring greetings on behalf of the board, please. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here on this beautiful occasion because our God willed it so.
Amen.
To President and CEO Dr. Montgomery Rice, my fellow trustees, distinguished platform guests, alumni, faculty, administrators, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2022. I am very honored to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Commencement exercises are a special time for the board because we're able to witness the results of the hard work we do to support the students here at the Morehouse School of Medicine. This institution continues to train outstanding physicians, biomedical scientists, and public health professionals who are destined for greatness and changing the world as we see it. We are immensely proud of your accomplishments. We are certain that you will be extraordinary practitioners, researchers, and change makers. You will continue to have our utmost support as you bring your hearts, body, and soul to your work to the underserved in our communities. Know that you are forever part of our illustrious family here at MSM. And now, Madam President, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Morehouse School of Medicine, I hereby authorize you to confer degrees in course upon candidates who have qualified in all respects for Master of Public Health, Executive Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Master of Science in Clinical Research, Master of Science in Medical Sciences, Master of Science in Neuroscience, Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences, and last but not least, Doctor of Medicine. Also, on behalf of my fellow trustees, I hereby authorize you to confer Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters degree upon the individual whose exemplary achievements qualifies him to receive such recognition from this great school. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from the President of the Student Government Association, soon to be Dr. Katie Piegler.
Thank you, Dr. Montgomery Rice, for the introduction and your continued leadership in advancing our institution. Good morning, Board of Trustees, President and CEO, Dr. Montgomery Rice, Dean Tyndall, faculty, staff, alumni, distinguished guests, families, and friends. My name is Katie Piegler, and I'm a graduating medical student. And I will begin residency in OBGYN in July, right here at MSM. To the Morehouse School of Medicine, class of 2022, congratulations, we made it. It has truly been an honor to serve as your 2021-2022 Student Government Association President. To my executive board, faculty, and staff mentors, thank you for all that you've done to help advocate on behalf of our student body. This year could not have gone as smoothly without your support. When looking back on our time here at Morehouse School of Medicine these past 4 years or more, I'm reminded of how much we've all grown since stepping foot on campus for our very first day of orientation. For many of us, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. Long days that turned into nights in the library, 200-slide PowerPoint lectures, exam weeks, family events that we had to miss out on, online classes, hybrid classes, board exams during the COVID-19 pandemic, family tragedies, breakups, and other personal losses, but also births, engagements, and weddings. We've experienced it all while still showing up each day and putting forth our best selves. And I'm so, so very proud of us. But do you know what else comes to mind when thinking about our time here at MSM? In just a few moments, we are about to become alumni of the best HBCU medical school, the Morehouse School of Medicine. Whether or not the next step for you is medical school, a postdoctoral fellowship, the public health sector, residency, or unknown at this time, you are ready. You are more than prepared. Robert Louis Stevenson once said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Our very own MSM Board of Trustee member, Georgia State Representative, and soon to be U.S. Ambassador to the Bahamas, the Honorable Calvin Smiley, said it even better. Plant seeds to trees for the shade you may never see. These two quotes are eloquent and fit for the occasion, but what does it really mean? What does figuratively planting seeds look like as we enter into this next phase on our journeys in lifelong learning? Here's what it may look like. Being an agent of positive social change, to quote our beloved mental health champion, Dr. Garrison. Advocating on behalf of our communities to mentor youth and young adults who aspire to follow in our footsteps. Serving our communities, boots on the ground, to provide help to the underserved. using our voices to amplify the voices of minorities who often go unheard and ignored. The opportunities to plant seeds are endless, and Morehouse School of Medicine has provided us with the gardening tools to plant these seeds. So now we have the tool and the seeds, but what drives us to plant these seeds? In other words, what is your why? For me, my why is my family. And to be even more specific, my why is Granny Matilda. Matilda Mullins was my great-great-grandmother, who I never had the pleasure of meeting. She was a midwife in rural South Alabama who walked dirt roads to successfully deliver many babies, despite the many difficulties of being a Black woman during the Jim Crow era. So when I hold her medical bag, read her birth notes, listen to stories of delivering aunts, uncles, and cousins, I think of all she had to endure to live out her purpose each day. I think of my journey as a first-generation medical student from the east side of Atlanta, Georgia, who had local role models such as Dr. Camille Davis Williams, who delivered me, and Dr. Runette Flowers, who served as my pediatrician. I think of how their very present, supportive words and interest in my well-being became infused with my why. And I got a bit emotional when I realized at the groundbreaking for the new building we have on campus, the Calvin Smyrie Educational Conference Center, I was standing there with the OBGYN who delivered me as a preemie. I think of the vulnerable, underserved communities in Atlanta, where I now have the chance to continue to pour into as an OBGYN resident here at Morehouse School of Medicine. And lastly, I think about the next generation of healthcare professionals and how I can mentor and advocate on behalf of so that they can have even better opportunities than I had. Today, our why, which is our motivation, has become our how, fueled by our preparation. So my question to you all is, what seeds will you plant to help lead the creation and advancement of health equity? And one last time for my MD class of 2022, we have a chant that we always say. You all can join in. 2-2. 2-2. Thank you.